and then getting on set. My first date was with Octavia Spencer.
Oh, your first date.
I was like, wow, okay, we're here, God, thank you.
As much as I would love to be a size 0, but I ain't ever gonna be a size 0.
Something about music, whenever I sing, nothing else really matters.
Thick thighs save lives.
Absolutely.
So I just love her just owning who she is, owning her space.
I never thought I'd actually say that out loud. Wow.
Welcome back again to another episode of From All Sides with your girl, Crystal C. Rose. And, you know, I say every episode that I love my guests because I really do. Like, I really do love my guests. Like, I really do love them. That's why I asked them to come on my show because I think these people are so interesting. And we have another very interesting guest, a big star in the rising. And so let me just get a little bit into her bio before we get into this conversation. So with me today on the From All Sides set, we have Zahra Bentham.
Like Bentham.
Bentham. Okay.
Yep, you got it.
Zahra is a multi-talented Canadian actress and singer whose star is quickly rising. And when I say quickly, I mean quickly, y'all. She earned critical acclaim for her role as Tamika in the 2024 drama film Village Keeper, which had its world debut at TIFF last year and garnered her a Canadian Screen Award nomination, which is big, for Best Supporting Performance. Zahra's screen career already spans both television and film, and she appeared on the Netflix limited series Self-Made, inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker as Nettie Ransom, acting alongside some of the big wigs. I know you guys know Miss Octavia Spencer and Miss Tiffany Haddish. And if if you're a fan out there, a teen fan, you might know of this drama series called Spinning Out, which is a figure skating series, which she also starred in as well. And she's been featured in indie films like Guidance, White Lie, and Morningside as well. She was born and raised in Toronto to a family with 2 older sisters. And Zahra's love for performing began at an early age, which I think a lot of us in the industry, I think a lot of our love starts from an early age. She attended the Wexford Collegiate School of the Arts, where she excelled in musical theater and dance, even while competing in elite basketball, which I think is crazy. Which is a testament to her drive and her talents. By 10th grade, Zahra chose to fully pursue acting over sports and landed an agent, and she just went full throttle ever since. Beyond acting, she's also a vocal advocate for representation and equality in the industry. And she's worked alongside such programs like Black Women in Film Canada, uplifting the voice of Black female creators in our space. So, with me today again, we have the multi-hyphenate, multi-talented singer, actress, creative, everything, all in all, fashion icon. Girl, we got Zahra Bentham.
Thank you.
Come on, give us a clap to the video on it.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. This is my first podcast.
Yes, guys, this is her first podcast, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you've not been on a podcast before.
Never.
You've never been asked, or you just never?
No, I've done podcasts before, but not like a live podcast.
Okay.
So this is like the first of its kind for me.
First live podcast.
Yes.
So like I said in the intro, you're a multi-hyphenate, multi-talented artist, and I'm just excited to dive in with some things.
Yeah.
To talk about some things. So I guess, like I say, as somebody that wears so many hats, how do you introduce yourself to people?
I don't go around saying that I'm a multi-hyphenate. That's just for bio purposes. But, that's a really good question. I think what I've realized with myself over the years, I haven't necessarily like said, oh yeah, I do this. I don't like, if someone does ask me on the street, they're like, oh, like, what do you do randomly? I'm like, yeah, I'm in film and television. But I don't usually say like, I'm just this or I'm just that because I do wear so many hats. Yeah.
And I think that's wise because you also never know where else your career could take you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And we never want to pigeonhole ourselves. And we find, especially in our industry, because it's so up and down, we find we have to wear many hats a lot of the times.
Yes.
But let's get into you as, younger Zahra.
Yeah.
So I think you said you grew up singing in church.
Yeah.
Like that's where you first started, I guess, getting introduced to the world of singing and doing musical theater as a kid.
Yep.
Okay. And then you also played basketball.
Yeah. So music came before anything.
Okay.
So my mom's also a singer, and she did training when she was a lot younger, and she was in Heritage Singers. Shout out to Heritage Singers if anybody knows who and what that is.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago. But my mom is kind of, I guess, who like started that for me, that curiosity. I would go with her to rehearsals, and yeah, it just was like a part of my life at a very young age. And then one day, she's like, yeah, there's someone who like can't sing at church. Like, would you want to like replace them? And I'm like, sure. This is my first time. Never like sang out loud, or I never, explored that like that. And so I was like, yeah, I think I could do it. I think I can do it. And then of course I did it, and I was like, wow, I did it. And everyone's like, whoa, you're actually really good. And I'm like, am I? Yeah, I guess. So that was like the beginning of everything. And music was, for me, has always been like super close to my heart. And creating music has always been super close to my heart. And then somehow basketball got into the mix.
Yeah. So how did basketball get into the mix?
Shout out to my sister, Aisha, middle child. She played ball when she was younger too.
Okay.
And going to some of her games and traveling with her just exposed me to that world. And their coach at the time, Coach Cleveland, was like, yeah, I'm going to do like a younger like kids like team. Would you be interested? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so, yeah, a team was formed with one of his daughters, his youngest daughter, Vega Clunis, and it was us that was like holding down that team. And then, yeah, it was just like year after year, I was traveling like almost every weekend doing tournaments. And when I got into high school, by grade 11, I had to make that choice of like, okay,
basketball
or the arts. Because it just became too much between traveling. Well, so on Saturdays we would have rehearsals for our shows for Wexford. And I remember one weekend I had to be, I think it was Detroit. I had a tournament all day Friday, so I missed Friday. Then we had a rehearsal for Wexford on the Saturday. So I had 2 games. I think it was like Friday night, Saturday morning. Then my mom drove me from Detroit back to Toronto to go to my rehearsal, and then back to Detroit to finish my tournament.
Shout out to moms.
Honestly. And so, yeah, it just quickly became like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah.
I have to make a decision. And I did.
But how, usually with people in our industry, the combination of arts and sports.
I know.
That's very rare.
Yeah.
Like we very rarely do you see somebody that was like in the sports industry, also as in the film and TV industry. So like, what did you find yourself like? How was it navigating the identity? Because when you think of sports girls, they're all about the athlete. Like, I know everything. Their whole life. I know is about sports. Yeah. But you had that duality of like, okay, I gotta play a game, but then after I have to go rehearsal. Like, how was that? I was very much a tomboy when I was younger. Didn't wear makeup, was always in sweats, always in slides, a hoodie, like a headband. Like, it was very not who I am now, obviously. But I don't know. It was kind of just a thing of, honestly, sports kept me in line, because even while I was doing all that I was doing at Wexford,
I also had jobs too.
Yeah.
Like I was working 2 jobs at the time at this,
Wow.
like while all this was going on. So it allowed me to like create this schedule and be so precise about where I needed to be, what I needed to do. It kept me on track, honestly.
I love that.
If it wasn't for sports, I don't think I would be the actor that I am today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because of the discipline aspect.
The discipline and the stamina.
Yes.
Like, although it's like physical stamina, yeah, but it's also like it's a mental game.
Yes.
And
yes.
like, as you know, this industry is very cutthroat. It can be very challenging, so many no's, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's really, basketball has helped me create this, I don't know, this mindset, if you will, to just, keep going no matter what.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so you got to a point where you just had to, well, even before you got to that point, because you just made the decision to go to an art school.
I did.
So that means you've
had to audition.
You've fallen in love with it from before. When where can you say, yeah, this is what
I wanted to do. So my sister at the time, she was at Wexford and she was performing. And so we would go to the shows and I would see her do her thing. And, you know, I think she like lightly brought it up to me one day. She's like, yeah, would you want to go to Wexford? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like basketball seems to be the thing. Like that's kind of where I'm headed. And the goal was to go to Michigan State. Like that was the goal. I was always in Michigan.
Basketball.
Every summer I was in Michigan. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had scouts watching me. Like it was like the plan was to go to Michigan State. But then I think it was the year grade 6, I did summer music theater camp at Wexford.
Okay.
And I went to summer music theater camp at Wexford and it kind of changed all of it for me. It was just a year of like just fully involving myself in the arts.
Yeah.
I still have some friends from since that year. Which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you notice the shift between like, okay, arts is taking over basketball?
I feel like it was always like this.
It was always like this.
Yeah, it was always like I never had actually made a choice until
you had to make
had to make a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so when I made the choice, you know, my family is a very involved family. Thank God. I really love them. My family is always like, they always travel with me. Every game that I was at, one family member would be there.
Yeah.
And when I made that choice, they were not happy about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They wanted you to do basketball.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Although I think it was more of like, because everyone was so involved, you know, they're like, well, we get to go travel. We get to like, you know, go to the States. And it was like, it was an event. It was an experience. And so I guess like kind of taking that away from them, they were like, oh, but sure?
I'm pretty sure they ain't feeling that now.
No, they're not.
I'm pretty sure they ain't feeling that now. Okay. So then you made the decision to be like, okay, no, I want to pursue acting.
Yeah.
This is what, and then things just kind of moved pretty quickly.
Honestly, it was really hard in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
So once I got into grade 9,
Okay.
I was in all the programs, but I really wanted an agent and I was like really gunning for it. Grade 9, it took me like a year to get an agent.
Wow.
At that time. I mean, nowadays it's like you can get an agent, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me a little bit to like find my first agent, and then, you know, I found them, and it was still like a progressively like, okay, how are we gonna, you know, being a dark-skinned Black woman in this industry, like at that time too, it was very different than it is now. So, you know, it was there was challenges. The challenges are different now, but there was challenges back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always think it's so interesting to, you know, speaking to people that knew from fairly early on this is what they wanted to do, because I didn't get into the industry until 2019. So like just before the pandemic.
Really?
2019. Wow. Yeah. That's when I got into the industry. So I feel like I haven't even really had a proper chance because then the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then the strike. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I've done what I've done so far, but so I just think it's not that I didn't know I wanted to do it. It's just I was pursuing other things before, and then I wasn't really sure if this was 100%.
Right.
But I remember it was like 2018, and I just had like this burning desire, like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like you are supposed to be in this industry. This is like what God has called you to do.
Yes.
And so that's when I just decided to just take that leap of faith and just go for it. And
well, look at you now, girl.
And then you see where God leads. Now we're doing podcasts.
Right? Wow. So beautiful.
Yes. Okay, so I know one of your breakout roles was on the Madam C.J. Walker limited series starring Octavia Spencer. And I love that show. That was actually such a well done production.
Thank you.
So when you got the call, what was that? How were you feeling?
Wow, it feels like so long ago. That had to have been just before COVID.
It was before COVID, yeah.
It's right before COVID. 2018, I got that call. Was it 2018 or was it 2019? Nonetheless. I don't even think I really realized what it was at first. Like, yes, I knew, obviously. I'm, working alongside Octavia Spencer. I didn't know that Tiffany Haddish was attached yet.
Okay.
But it was just a moment of just being like, yeah, this feels right. This feels right. And then getting on set. My first day was with Octavia Spencer.
Oh, your first day.
I was like, wow, okay, we're here, God, thank you.
Wow.
And my first scene was with Octavia Spencer.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting across from her, and this is the scene that she's talking about me being like the head of the women's group. And we're sitting there. And we're in a rehearsal, okay? So we're doing the lines, whatever. And I'm like, I had a moment where I was like just watching.
Yeah.
I was like a spectator.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Wake up.
Wow, because you're just kind of like, I'm here. Like,
it was like a pinch me moment for sure. But she's so lovely.
Yeah.
She was so sweet. That was my experience. I knew that it was just the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you said that. You felt like this is it, because a lot of people will say, oh my God, like I can't believe it. And it's not to say that you didn't have that moment, but it kind of goes to show that you've always prepped in your mind, or always had in your mind, like, this is what I want and this is where I'm going to go for it. And so it's kind of inevitable that it's going to happen if you're, you're doing the right things, you're auditioning, you're preparing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, you're praying, we're preparing for the thing, and you're putting in the work. It's bound to happen at some point. For some people, it pops off earlier than others,
of course,
but the persistence, and I love that, that you just had that confidence of like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, this
is where I'm supposed to be. So how do you even prep for these roles? Because you've had a variety of roles that you've done. Like, is your process, and I love asking this question to other actors, is your process the same for all the roles that you prep, or is it different?
I think it really it's, for me, how it starts for me is like, honestly, the auditioning process. Once I get the sides or I get the script, read it through, and I start creating world. I think, as actors, we have to sell to whoever's watching that and make it believable enough that I am that person.
Yeah.
So what helps me a lot, I went to school for fashion. I went to George Brown.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And
but it's obvious.
And for me, what always helps me bring a character to life is the fashion.
Yes.
So whenever I get an audition, what I'll do, like, just to break it down for you, I'll go through it, read through it. I'm like, okay, hair, makeup, wardrobe. Like, what does it all look like? So I map it out. So say, for example, for Self-Made, it really came down to like me just putting the clothes on, and then it kind of all just
falls together.
Yeah, because when you train enough, and it's like when you train, and then you kind of just have to, like, when you do an audition or you're even in-person audition, you kind of just like, you just trust that all the work that you've done is now just gonna like sit, you know. So that was really it. I would say that it was wardrobe for me. That really helps me bring it to life, and then booking it. And I wanted to be really involved when I did book it, and I was with wardrobe. I was like, let's try a whole bunch of options. Like, who is this girl? Why would she wear this? Yeah, that's where it stems for me.
I love that because it's so true. Fashion really speaks to personalities and it brings out a lot of personalities. Like
Yep.
you can wear something and you perceived as a completely different person versus if you wear something else.
Yep.
So that's so smart. I've never heard anybody talk about that. It's the wardrobe first. But that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because if you can get yourself to physically look at what you perceive the person would look like and how they would dress, then I think it's so much easier to just then fall into
in.
that world,
That's
that
exactly
life,
it.
which is so smart. And I love that. And I know also recently you've worked with another big name on How to Die Alone.
Yeah.
Natasha Rothwell.
Yeah.
How was that?
She's lovely.
Yeah, that looks like it was so much fun.
She's a big ball of energy. I loved her on Insecure. And it's so crazy because this is years ago when I was like watching Insecure. I was like, oh man, I would love to work. I do this all the time though. I was like, I swear I just manifest everything that I possibly currently now. And I know I'm still doing it for future. But I remember watching and saying, wow, it'd be really cool to work with Natasha.
Yeah.
And then boom.
And then it happened.
Yeah, she's great. She's it's really lovely to see, especially Black women, to see them own a space.
Yeah.
Writer, producer, director. Like she does it all and she's really good at what she does. Yeah, it was an honor. And then, on the low, like when we're all hanging out with the cast, like she's fun.
She seems like she's such a fun person. And I love that you said a Black woman.
Yes.
And just to go a little bit deeper, because she's more full-figured too, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you see like it's already hard enough for Black women in this industry. But even worse if you're not a certain size,
Right. Yeah.
But to see her thriving the way that she's thriving and like just owning all the spaces and doing it all is such an inspiration for someone like myself, because as much as I would love to be a size 0, girl, I ain't ever gonna be a size 0, okay?
And you don't have to.
And I don't need to be.
Exactly.
Because, thick thighs save lives.
Absolutely.
So I just love her just owning who she is, owning her space, making her, and specifically about her show, like she didn't necessarily fall into the typical, like she could have easily fallen into the typical, like, oh, the bigger Black girl has to be the comedic or the side chick or whatever.
Right.
And I love that she was purposeful about showing the vulnerable moments and, having a love interest and all those different things. So I think it was so great. And then to see you perform in it. And then I know Chantel was also on it as well.
Yes.
So, I know you're getting into the conversation and it's great so far, but I want to make sure that you have tuned into all the conversations with all my guests. So are you subscribed yet? Because if you're not, honey, we're going to have a problem. I need you to hit that subscribe button. It's right below. It literally costs you nothing. Just boop, and you're good. And we'll keep going. And I know you're loving the content. So hit the subscribe. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok and all the things. All right? Okay. Let's go back.
We had a couple days on set, actually. That was really nice.
Oh, you and Chantal.
Yeah. We sat and spoke in our trailer. It was like, and I hadn't seen her in a really long time. And I was like, what? You're here? She's like, yeah, I'm here. I was like, wow.
Yes. Yeah, I auditioned for that. I can't remember what role I auditioned for, but I auditioned for it. So just even the sides that I saw, I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be
a good one.
This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. And it was. I don't know. Is there season 2 or they haven't announced it yet?
No.
See, I don't understand.
Yeah, a lot of us didn't.
I don't understand because it's a great show.
Yeah.
And then we see some, I'm not going to name no names, but we see some shows. I
was thinking about naming some names and then I said, no, don't do that.
We see some shows that be on like 12 seasons.
Yep.
It's like, who's watching you?
Somebody.
Oh, God. Anyways. And then we move on to the film side. You also were on recently Village Keeper, which is more of an indie production. And you start alongside Olinike, which we all love Olinike. She's like my big sis, big mentor. And how was that as well? You know, going from like something like How Not to Die Alone or How to Die Alone to like more of a more intimate indie production.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love doing indies.
Yeah.
Why? Because when it's small, I guess, like smaller, it could be a lot more intimate. We could really have some like real conversations, and that's exactly what it was. Olu is just so amazing. I feel like Olu has seen so many sides of my career and like has seen me grow up that like she kind of is like a mom figure.
She really is.
So, you know, being her daughter in the film, it just made all the sense. And Olu and I, we had many moments, even at the very beginning, like auditioning and finding out that she was going to play my mom. And we had our read through, a table read. Like, we were just like, we're going to lock in. Like, this is going to be a good one. Olu's great. She's so good. She's such a good actress.
Yes, she is.
She's such a good actress. And I just hope that God continues blessing her with even more roles, because she is such a treat to watch.
She is. Yeah. She's really good. And not only is she a great actress, and we'll get her on the podcast soon as well, but she's also just very giving of her time.
She is.
And I remember while she was prepping for Village Keeper, she was on set for a short film that I did, because she just came and did my short film, and just giving of her time, and and of course it's a small production, like little to no budget, but she still came, gave her time.
She's
gave
really
the
good
performance
like that.
of and so I just love that. And I feel like there is a few of us in the industry in Toronto that are like that, and I like that our industry is like that. I feel like it's kind of, and maybe we'll talk about later, I feel like it's a little bit different from the music industry. I don't know.
Yes, it is. The music industry is nothing like film and television. Yeah. It's terrifying. It's like the wild, wild west.
I've heard. Yeah. I've heard.
And I don't even know much about it, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But you also mentioned, again, with indie films, it gives you the opportunity to talk on some like more deeper conversation, more deeper topics. What with Village Keeper, with they talk about community and violence, and it was a mother trying to raise her kids while also finding herself and going through her own journey. What about doing that film and going through that process would you say really resonated with you when you think about the themes that it was trying to tell and the story of the main character, which was Olenike's character?
Yeah. Well, it was very close to home. It hit me in ways that publicly I've never spoken about, but like it was so close to my heart that when I actually sat down and watched it with everyone during TIFF, I was speechless. I think we all were. Yeah. Were you on the thing? You were.
Yeah,
you
were
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was such an emotional moment for all of us that it's kind of so hard to even put it into words. It's more of a feeling than a word or a sentence. But Village Keeper was a really special time, and maybe I'll speak for myself. I didn't truly know what I was filming then until seeing it back. And I was like, oh, okay. Wow, this is super powerful.
Yeah. And it's true, because sometimes when we're in the work, we're just doing it and we're just trying to remember the lines and making sure we're doing things. Sometimes actors are in our own head, but it's so great when we can actually like pull back and then realize like, wow, this is what we actually created. Yeah. And was there anyone that came up to you like even afterwards and just shared how the film maybe impacted them?
So many people.
Yeah. Is there anything that you really remember that really resonated with you?
Wow. There was so many people. As actors, I'll just say this. As actors, sometimes being on set or working with certain people might not be a good experience. But when you do the work and then you see it, who cares what my experience was? because what's left is what the audience sees.
Yeah.
And everyone I spoke to was very moved. I couldn't even like pinpoint you exactly. Like, you know, there were so many people that are just like, wow, this story needed to be told. Like, this was my story growing up. Like, thank you for, you know, representing all the things that I went through. And, or I couldn't say it, but it was that, you know? Yeah, it was an overwhelming response of people being happy with what they saw on screen. And
I understand. And I remember when we were watching it, I think I was actually sitting beside Olu, or maybe like she was like a seat down from me. And she was, there's moments that she was bawling. And I'm like, I know you read this script multiple times, but that also just speaks to the power of filmmaking, you know, when you actually have that script, that's when you're telling that story.
Really getting chills as we speak about it.
For real. Yeah. And I was just like, it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful film. Yeah. Shout out to Karen Chapman. Yes, the director and writer. And she was like pregnant too while you guys were shooting.
She had the baby. So the Caravana scene, spoiler alert, the Caravana scene, that day she couldn't be on set because she was having the baby.
Oh, wow.
That was like one of the last days. But yeah, she's full on pregnant during the whole thing.
Wow. Yeah, she was, I've just seen the BTS photos. She was very, very pregnant, but she pushed through and she created an amazing work of art. And
she did.
Also getting, you know, Jordan as the DOP it was just a great piece of art, and I just loved it. And I hope everybody gets a chance to see it whenever it comes out fully.
It's premiering in LA on the 26th of September. So I don't know when this is going to be out, but they're premiering it in LA on September 26th. Yeah.
And when is it coming back home?
To Toronto? I'm not too sure.
Oh, Lord, Canada.
They don't tell us anything. You know this.
I know.
Actors are like the last thing they tell.
We are the very last to know anything.
Like, but we could promote the film.
Right? But it's okay. That's fine. It will come back around and everybody gonna see it. Right, guys?
When it does come back around, I'll let you know. And we could share it. Yes.
Looking at all y'all.
Yes.
Okay, and you're switching gears. You're also a singer as well, singer-songwriter. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Were you ever planning on releasing music? Are you going to be releasing music? Is this like breaking? What's that word called again? Exclusive? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and yes.
Yes.
But I want to say something before I say anything else.
Okay.
This industry, music, is a different type of beast. My experience has been really challenging, not gonna lie. Being in a male-dominated industry, you know, everybody wants to not do music, you know? So it's been really challenging.
Interesting.
I just want to do the music. I want to create a project and I want to, you know, share it with the world. And it's just been super challenging working with specifically males, that want more than that, or painted in such a way where it looks like that's what it's going to be, and then it's not.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm working on things.
Yes.
Just give me some time.
We gonna give you some time, but we don't want no Rihanna type of business here where we gonna be waiting 10, 15 years.
Riri did it right.
Did she though? Because now we're at a point where it's just like we don't
hear me
do
out.
We care anymore now?
No, we do, because we live in a time where things turn over so fast. We're in a fast era.
Yes.
Okay. So Riri did it right. Why did she do it right? Because she made a lot of money.
Yes.
Creating her brand.
Yes.
Creating Rihanna, actually.
Yes.
Fenty, if you will. That when she does decide to make more music, she will. When she does decide to, she will.
We hope.
She will.
Oh. Okay, there's a wink. So maybe she knows something.
I've heard through the grapevine that she's creating. So
okay.
When she does decide to put out more music, she's going to be as an artist, like in a very much better position on being able to own all her things.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, I understand it. And a lot of people are like, she sucks. Like, why hasn't she? Who cares? Like, we don't care about but like, she's a businesswoman.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, she's really doing it right.
Yeah.
People actually knew, if the regular civilians actually knew how much things were a song was to produce, to create, to put out, you know, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. It's true.
Just a different perspective.
Fine, I'll take that perspective. I'll take it. And, you know, we anxiously wait Rihanna for something to come. But girl, you take a long time, Rihanna. Rihanna, you take a long time. The people want the music. But we love the fancy.
We do.
We love the fancy.
We do love the fancy. We appreciate you for that one.
But I like that you kind of mentioned or alluded to, you know, you wanting to just do the music. You know, that's what you want to do. You want to sing or whatever. And then some people might have ulterior motives. And that also kind of speaks to, and we hear a lot, that the music industry can be a dark place.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different things that happen. So you, as you know, as a woman of faith and growing in your faith, like, how have you been finding trying to navigate that space, you know, going into a space knowing that you have your certain morals and integrity and standards that you want to uphold and keep, but also knowing that you're going into a very dark space as well.
Yeah. As I mentioned, it's the wild, wild west. You know, with music, it's very different in the sense with acting, because we have a union where, like, if you don't do something or you do something, you get in trouble for that, or like you just can't do it because these are the rules. With music, I'm still navigating, you know, like I always tell people that I work with, like, I feel like such a fish out of the water, even though I'm very much in the industry. This industry is very different than film and television. Yeah, I'm just still navigating. I'm still like praying on things and like sussing people out and trying to understand and asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like, how would you do this? Or, you know, what has been your experience with like working with other artists? Like, is this normal? You know? Yeah, it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's really scary. It's really scary. So being able to find people that you could trust, which has taken a long time for me, that you could trust in the industry, that like also get it though, you know, has been hard.
And won't lead you astray or introduce you to anyone that has ulterior motives and all that stuff. And
also understanding their motives too, you know, like at the end of the day, like respectfully, I know what I'm offering at the table. And I don't want to be in a situation where they're only looking at it from one side here. Like, it has to be an equally, like, you dish, I dish. We both dish. And it's not one side. So yeah, it's been challenging. I'm not gonna lie. I wish it was a lot smoother, but I guess this is just my story. And when I do, you know, put out music and do start creating fans and having, you know, my story out there, I can speak more to it. And
do you think, if, you know, when your music career gets to a point where it's, you know, this is who you are, this is more taking up more of your time, do you think you would put acting aside, or?
I don't know. It's a good question. I really want to intertwine it. Like, I would love to do like scoring. So creating music for film. Why not bridge that gap, right? I don't think I'll ever give up acting. I think it's already kind of, you know, moving as I'm like starting to produce now. But yeah, I think acting will always be there. And figuring out what roles to take, when to take them. It's just now a bit about strategy. And everything is about strategy. And part of the strategy that you just mentioned is you're getting into producing. And I know you teamed up with one of your good friends, Kiana Madera, to create Tabia Studios. So tell us about that. How did that come about? What is Tabia Studios? So we were like still going through COVID. This is 2022. And I was very frustrated. I wanted more control as an actor. And there was no control. So I was just like, well, why don't I just start making my own shit? You know? Why don't I just start creating with my friends, my people? And so I was like, you know, I'm going to start a production company. Not knowing what the heck that even meant. But I remember going on Google, looking up like, how do you start a production company? There's nothing. There is nothing online.
Wow.
And so it just became a process of like asking friends, asking people that I've worked with, like, what's been your process? And, you know, going on IMDb Pro.
Yes.
And like going down the list of people that I knew that also had production companies. And it's really just been like ear to the ground. How do you do it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we started, and 2022 was just the year of just trying to figure out what it even meant. 2023, Kiana and Lavelle got married. So it was a big life moment for them.
Yes.
And so 2024, we really locked in and we started creating from the ground up, really. And so, yeah, now we have 4 projects circling as of right now.
I love that.
We don't know which one's going to go first, but yeah, we put in the work, and we're excited about it and nervous all at the same time. I don't even know what it is to be a producer, truthfully. Like, I do. But to actually do it, you know, is like a whole other ball game. So I'm excited to just fall forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why, besides you and Kiana being good friends, but why did you choose Kiana in particular to team up with to do this?
You know, Kiana is you know her. She is, I don't know if you had the pleasure of like really truly being around her, but she is such a special human. You know what? I think that was just God telling me, like, have a conversation with her. And it was literally just a conversation. I remember jumping on FaceTime with her, and I was like, hey, like, so frustrated. How are you? Frustrated. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking like starting a production company, and I know I can't do it by myself. Actually, I had a conversation with Karina Evans, who's like a close family friend of mine. We grew up since we were little kids. Her sister and my sister are best friends since JKSK. And so I remember getting on a call with Karina, and I was like, yeah, Karina, like, I'm frustrated. I want to start a production company. She's like, I love this. This is great for you. I think you're going to do really well, but I don't think you should do it by yourself. Like, it's a lot to do by yourself. And I was like, I could do it though. I could do it. But anyway, we got off the phone. We got off the phone, and that like rang with me. That stuck with me. And so I was like, out of all the people that are in my life, like, who could I see potentially doing this adventure with, you know? And so Kiana was the one, and that
popped up.
Yeah. And it was just, like I said, just a conversation. I was like, how do you feel? Like, what are you thinking? And I was like, well, would you want to start a production company with me? She's like, what? Me? I was like, yeah.
Why not?
So she's like, yes, absolutely. Let's do it. And then it's just been ever since.
There. Yeah. And you guys, have done, I think this is your 3rd year in a row doing TIFF
like events. Yeah. So we did, this is our 3rd. Okay. So we did a few different events, but this year has been the 3rd annual for our Excellence Journey panel.
Yes.
Which is so wild to say. Yeah. It's pretty, like, it was, this year in particular was very special because this was actually the first year Kiana was in Toronto for TIFF.
Wow.
So for the first year, it was her wedding. That was year number 1, which I'm like, and it happened right during TIFF.
Yes.
So she was here.
I remember seeing the pictures.
Yeah, but she wasn't involved.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 2024, she was on landlocked because they were going through their paperwork process.
Yes.
Their green card. So having her here this year was like really, really special. Yeah. And number 3 out of all numbers is such a good number.
It's such a good number.
Yeah.
And Kiana also is a woman of faith. I know her and Lavelle, they're very bold about, you know, speaking their faith. And I love that. And so to see you guys join forces for this, I'm excited to see, you know, what kind of projects come out, you know, especially more... I don't know what you guys have on your slate, but you know, I think we are definitely in a time where people are just looking to see more positive, light-filled work, you know, because we've been so flooded, so inundated with, you know, all the dark witchcrafty type of whatever stuff. There's so much of that, but people want to see more light. They want to see more wholesome content, more faith-based content. And it's not to say that's what you guys are doing, but I believe it is. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks.
It is. It definitely is. There's definitely a side to it.
I love that. I love that. And I think there's really a need for that and a want for it. You're seeing it more. You're seeing it more.
Yes.
So I love that. And I kind of just going back again to the, wearing multiple hats. Do you ever feel pressure to like stay in one lane? Because I remember there was a time where people said, oh, you have to be known as like one thing and you have to get really good at that and then you can diversify, right. Like you have to be known as like the great actress or the great director. Right. Do you ever feel
I've never
pressured?
Felt that way.
I love that.
I've never felt that way. And a lot of my friends were like, you should focus just on acting and then you can kind of, same thing. It's the same thing you just said. But I've never felt that way. And I think maybe because I started in like as an athlete and then transitioned into, theater and then film and television. But like, yeah, because I guess I've worn so many hats. Also, okay, so the name of my production company, Tabia Studios, is my middle name and it means of many talents. So I've never... It's also tatted right here.
Tabia. Okay, yeah. I didn't know that.
I've never, subscribed to just fitting in one box. Yeah. Like I've always not, growing up, I was as a singer, but I was playing basketball and then I was acting and then I was dancing and then there was always something I was doing. So, I still believe that today. I think I've been like that friend that has always said, like, especially now, acting is like, you can't just be an actor.
You can't, not in this industry.
Absolutely not. Like actor 2.0, you got to be doing more.
Have to.
Yeah.
We don't know. Well, I don't know any actors, even the great actors that are just acting. Yeah. They all have something. Yeah. They all have something. And we're also more than just actors. Yes. Just in general. Yes. We have a lot of different things to offer, a lot of different talents. So I think it's like, I understand the advice of saying like, try to master one thing, but it's also, I don't think it's realistic for this day and time, for this day and age. Yeah. So I love that you are taking on the many roles and you're thriving in them, Thank you. It's honestly great to see. Thank you. Especially being like a dark-skinned Black woman, I think that's really great to see. Because that could be another topic in itself.
One thing I just wanted to add is just like, when you put limitations on yourself, the real question is like, why? At least try. Yeah. Like if anyone has ever offered me a job or is like, hey, do you think you could do this? It's always a yes. Yeah. Even if I'm like, oh my God, I've never done this. I don't think I could do this. I always say yes. Yeah. And I've often found myself, because of saying yes, I've now have all of these skills that I can bring forward, even just being an actor, having these experiences, being able to be like, oh yeah, like well, it doesn't really count. I was going to say I've done wardrobe, but I've come from doing fashion. But for example, like, I don't know, if I had to be a chef, I'd be able to really be able to do that. Yeah. Why? Because I do that on a day-to-day basis, so just never saying no to things, really. Yeah. I mean, knowing when to say no. Right. But being open enough to welcome these experiences, because that ultimately is what like makes you and expands you to a better human. Yes. And a better actor.
That's very true. Yeah. That's very true. I remember my acting coach told me one time, just try all the things. Just do all the things, because ultimately it's gonna make you a better actor, because you never know what kind of role you're gonna get, Very true. You can get a role as a chef, you can get a role as a painter, you can get a role as a pastor, you just don't know. Yep. Yeah, so I love that, and what you guys are going to be doing. I'm excited to see the future projects coming forth. Thank you. And when you just think of, because you've been in the industry for a while now, are you happy? Are you excited for how the industry has been progressing, especially for Black women? Because if we talk about advocacy, I know you've lent your voice for advocating for Black women,
Yeah.
you know, teaming up with Black women in film.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you even get into that space of like advocating for that? And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, besides the fact that you are a Black woman yourself,
Yeah.
but seeing the importance of using your voice to speak for the rest of us.
Yeah. I know that when I walk into spaces that there's not very many of us. So I think being in this industry, it's molded me to have to be vocal and have to stick up for myself. Not every woman that looks like me is in a position where they feel confident enough to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So knowing that I have that ability just empowers me even more to want to advocate for Black women, especially in film. How that opportunity came about, honestly, I think it was through CFC. I did CFC 2015. I was a part of the Actors Conservatory. Yeah, I think they had reached out to me and they were like, hey, would you mind? And that's kind of how that happened. But I'll always support, like absolutely.
Always.
I want to be able to like, and this is down the line, obviously, but be in a position where I could create like a program for us, you know, for the younger generation coming up that doesn't know how to start a production company or that, you know, doesn't know how to like run a set or doesn't know anything about artistic direction or fashion or, you know, being able to have like a home that me and Kiana can create for the next gen.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's also how you leave a legacy, right?
For sure.
When you talk about legacy building.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're not just thinking about what I can get for myself right now, you're thinking about the next generation. That's where, to me at least, that's where the real like impact lies.
Yeah.
And that's when your name is still spoken about even after you're long and gone, you know?
Yeah. That's just what feels right. Because I'm not even really necessarily thinking about legacy, you know, like I'm just thinking about what feels right. Like all this knowledge and information and experience that I've had, like why would I just sit with that? Like I might as well share it. You know, not everybody thinks that way, but for me and Kiana, I can speak for her as well. Like that's something that we've really spoken about, even just creating these spaces, you know, to be able to have real conversations like the Excellence Journey panel or Mind Matters that we did last year. Like that's why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you stay grounded in the midst of all that's going on, like in the busyness? Like, how do you stay?
Our Father.
God, of course. Yeah.
Prayer, meditation, family.
Yeah.
Just coming, as Samora says, I've been around Samora a lot during TIFF this year, and she's always said, coming home to yourself. That's what grounds me in the moments of feeling like the slower moments that we all have during the industry, which we're about to have, of just really just slowing down and slowing the mind down in particular, and reminding myself that I'm not behind. That in order for me to even be in the position that I am at requires there to be moments of stillness. Yeah. Because as you know, TIFF has just passed. That was a really busy moment. Yeah. And before that, you know, I just got off of a film. There's pops and moments where things are going to be busy, but it's also really important that there is moments of stillness. So just reminding myself daily, honestly, of just like, I'm so grateful for what God has provided for me, what he's continuing to provide me for, creating me as a vessel for his good. And like, I have my moments though, of course, we all do. But those little reminders and being around family and people that I love and love me really help.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, you know, we can still, in the midst of it all, still come back to like the root of it and just reminding ourselves that, you know, I'm here because, number one, God put me in this space.
Absolutely.
You know?
And he can take me
out.
And
he can take me out. So even when I continue to rise and get higher and whatever, to still come back to like God being the center is so important. It's so important. And I just love that you know, you have that, because it's so easy to get swept up and caught up
it really
with
is.
everything. And then, you know, you're getting the accolades, and, you know, we can speak on to your most recent award, or honoree. But it's so easy to get swept up in all of it, you know, from set to set, from this production, this to this production, from this award show, this award show. But to take the time and the moment to just really just sit and reflect and just thank God and just be in the moment is so important. I want to shout out our studio space sponsor, 793 Studios, for this amazing studio space. We love you. And speaking of, you just recently got honored at TIFF, at the Black Excellence Brunch, for the Rising Voice.
Yes, in film.
In film. Yes, I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is so, I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
So I saw a little snippet of you accepting the award. How did you feel like?
So truth be told, I'm just going to give you full disclosure. I, last year, I don't know if you knew, but I was on the panel for that last year.
Yes.
Which was an amazing experience. And I was so grateful that I was even considered. And so this year, while, you know, we're all getting our invites for TIFF stuff, Kiana and a couple of my friends are like, yeah, we got it for the Black Excellence Brunch. I was like, oh, I didn't get mine. I'm like, okay, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to go to everything.
Yeah.
You know? Then finally I get an email, okay? And in this email, I saw like the email saying invite for Black Excellence Brunch. Cool. So I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And I kind of disregarded it because I was like, okay, I'll just next. And like move on, whatever. And then the next day I was like going through, because I had to write down the information. I put everything in like a notes of like for schedule purposes. So then I look at the email and I scroll down and it says congratulations. And I'm like, wait, what? So then I scroll back up and I was like, wait. They're like, we would like to honor you this year.
Wow.
So I responded and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even read the email. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for considering me. So it was just so funny. I ended up hopping on a call with Marsha and everyone else who was involved. And I was just like, wow, like, thank you for seeing me. You know, I feel like, you know, whenever you're starting out something like a new venture and for people to see you is just such a special thing, because it's like, really am I even doing this thing right? You know what I mean? So it was just like a confirmation for me that it was so good. It was so good. I'm so grateful and so happy, and being able to accept the awards, sitting there listening to them like read out my accolades. I was like, whoa, this is wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
And more to come, girl. You're just scratching the surface. You're just scratching the surface. So congratulations again. I know that, you know, with what you have on the rise, especially with your production company, like the sky's the limit at this point.
Absolutely.
The sky's the limit. So, you know, congratulations again. So let's just as we round up, let's just do a real quick fire questions.
Yes, I love these.
Quick fire questions.
Love these. Okay.
Okay. What's the song that you absolutely love and you belt out, either you're by yourself or in the shower? Or, you know, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, well, go-to karaoke song and the song in the shower is very different.
Okay, give us both. Give us both.
Oh. See, now you have me on the spot. Hold on, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go on Spotify real fast. Oh my gosh, it's coming. Hold on. Okay.
While she's finding that, my go-to karaoke song is always Adele.
Adele's a good one.
Fire. That's Fire.
Fire's a good one.
That was my go-to.
Oh, you know what's a go-to song that I don't ever have to think about? It's actually Adele, now that you say that. But it's... Oh. Sorry, guys. It's Love. It's not a very popular song by her. Do you know that one? Love, little to say, but so much time. I think it's on her first album.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Love. Okay.
Yeah, it was also my very first song that I sang live with a live band.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of special to my heart.
Okay. You know what song? Because Zahra does covers on her Instagram page. You should do, what is it called? Oh my God.
Yeah, give me some suggestions. I haven't done one in a really long time.
Oh my God. It's going to bother me. It's a girl. She sounds like Adele, but she's not Adele. Another white woman. Flip. I think it's like, oh my gosh. It's going to bother me.
Lyrics?
The song is about you driving me crazy. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Always on my mind. Oh my gosh. Why am I blanking right now? It's such a beautiful song.
Driving me crazy?
No. Great. Oh my God. I'll find it after.
Yeah, let me know. I genuinely want to know.
Oh my gosh. And it's such a beautiful song. You need to do it.
Okay.
Once we find it.
Why do I feel like it's Kirky? Kirky is her name?
Oh my gosh. It's bothering me. Oh my gosh. You know when something's at the tip of your tongue and it's right there?
I got you.
It's
I'm a text away.
It's okay. Yeah. I'll find it and I'll tell you because I feel like you need to do that one next.
Okay.
Okay. What's your go-to or favorite gospel song?
Ooh. Gyra.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, I belt that one.
I love that song.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love whenever someone performs it, like, going to, what's the church on Tuesdays?
The river.
Yeah, thank you. Going to the river. Whenever that song comes on, ironically, I'm always beside Jordan, which is hilarious. He also loves that song.
Yeah.
And we just belt it. Yeah,
it's such a good song. It's such a good song. Gyra by Elevation and Maverick City.
Yes.
If you're wondering.
Yes.
Which director or actor, any director or actor, would you love to work with?
Director or actor? I would love.
And they could be living or
dead. Or dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes it more challenging. Okay. Honestly, I would have loved to work with Eartha Kitt. She's just a legend. Yeah, a force with so much wisdom. I feel like I would be able to learn from her a lot just by just being in her essence and her presence. Some I'll do dead and alive. I'll do there's so many good ones.
I know. But you gotta pick one. I know. Pick one. I just want to shout out our furniture sponsor, I Am Jen Interiors.
Okay, I would say Leo.
Nardo?
Yeah.
I know, I love him.
Something about him, it's just like, I'm so intrigued. Yeah.
Leo. I love Leonardo. He's actually my favorite.
Yeah.
He's actually my favorite. Yeah. And director?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would love to work with Barry Jenkins.
Yeah,
I would. I got really close to something, but.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that can align one day.
And it will.
It will.
I
know it will, but I still gotta say it.
Of course. You gotta put it out there. Yeah. Okay, Barry Jenkins and Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, and Eartha Kitt. I love that. And how do you like to treat yourself after a long week or a long period of work? How do you like to just unwind and just
I'm getting better at that. I don't really know. Sleep, really good food. I'm so blessed to be dating a chef.
So
yes, he chefs up for me, and
that's the key, guys.
I know. Having a boyfriend that can chef. Ooh. No, and just taking some time, just reflecting. I think when I have a really busy week, what I really try to do is just veg out and just sit in silence, actually.
Yeah.
That's been something of recent, just sitting in silence, sitting with my thoughts and slowing things down. That's going to be literally this coming week because it's just been wild for me. But yeah,
Okay, I love that.
Meditating.
Meditating. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, and the last question, this question I ask all my guests.
Okay.
I call it your 5:14 moment, and it's based off the scripture Matthew 5:14, which basically says, "I'm a city set upon a hill that cannot be hidden." Yes. So my question for you was there a time, or what was a time when your faith and creativity aligned and you felt that you were really walking in your purpose, that God has said, yeah, this is it. Yeah. Shout out to our crew merch sponsor, God Can Print and Designs, for these t-shirts that you see I'm wearing right here.
Wow. That's a deep one, babe. Truth be told, it's whenever I'm singing. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is so powerful, because I'm literally sitting here and talking about all my accolades with acting, and it's but something about music, whenever I sing, nothing else really matters. I feel so in alignment with my purpose. I know I'm supposed to sing. I know that singing will heal people. Yeah.
Okay.
I never thought I'd actually say that out loud. Wow. Yeah.
Well, we have it here first. Podcast of first.
Thanks, girl.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Of course.
And let the people know where they can find you, what they can look forward to from you next. And all the things.
All the things. Well, you can find me on Instagram. It's my first and last name, Zahra, Zahra. Last name Bentham, Bentham. I'm not really on TikTok. I don't know. I'm not that girly. But I am on there. What else to look forward to? I just shot a Christmas movie, so that should be out this year in the next couple months, which is wild.
That's fun.
My first Christmas movie.
Yes.
That I'm really looking forward to. I think it's gonna be good. I'm like the comedic relief, which I'm not a comedian at all, but they casted me.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Okay. That's exciting. Okay. So make sure you follow her on all the social platforms. Follow her journey. She got a lot of things going on. And also follow Tabia Studios as well.
Tabia Studios on Instagram. TABIA Studios on Instagram.
Okay, y'all. We have Zahra here, and thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. Make sure to follow From All Sides, again, on all platforms. On Instagram, YouTube, we're on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all wherever you can find everything. So make sure you tune in, tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend.
Amen.
Okay? All right, y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.